I want to talk today about the root of anxiety. Now, anxiety is ultimately defined as being greatly troubled by uncertainty. Okay? We're anxious about what might happen or what could be, what could come. Now, when I went looking a little bit deeper around what's at the root of anxiety, why are so many people, anxiety and depression rates are escalating exponentially, especially in our young people, but in all of us. We're all feeling it to some extent. And so I started looking more deeply at the root of the word. And I'm no Latin speaker, but it's coming from a root angere or angra, and it's the same root as the word anger. And I found this really interesting because in that root, it means this idea of choking or almost feeling like we're suffocating. And anxiety, think of a panic attack and struggling to breathe, right? There is an element of this concept of being in full distress and suffering or suffocating and struggling in that way. And what came to me as I started looking at this research was anxiety is so deeply related to anger. And so rather than asking the question of what are we anxious about, we might want to ask the question, what are we angry about? And let's face it, our culture has not really given us much permission to be angry. Many of us grow up with this idea that, just suck it up, just gut it out. Don't rock the boat. Don't be too frustrated, right? Or anger is considered something very fear triggering, right? We get afraid of anger. The intensity of anger can really frustrate us or scare us or cause us to withdraw. And so then as a result, we don't want to get too angry. And so tuning into and tapping into what makes us angry feels really, really uncomfortable. But here's the thing. Anger also is such a fuel for creativity. It's also on the other side of love and compassion. And anger is very much about a sense of feeling an injustice. Something is not right, right? What if our anxiety has to do with that feeling of something in the world is just not right? We're angry at the way the world is unfolding, the way things are happening, how our systems are failing us, how our leaders are failing us, how things are unfolding in a way where the overwhelm is just becoming too much to bear, and we're angry at the way things are unfolding. If we can at least tune into what we're angry at, then we start to look at the injustices. We start to notice things that we really care about. It taps us into our deeper care. Anxiety doesn't have to be something that cripples us, that suffocates us, that puts us in the panic attacks, but rather it can be something that actually guides us, that shows us what we really care about, that helps us connect to what we believe to be very unjust in the world, and maybe begin to explore ways of creating something new or navigating around that. So at the root of anxiety, I believe, is this question of what's beneath it. What is underneath the anxiety? And often that may well be anger. So what are you angry at? What is the injustice that you're frustrated with, or the injustices? It's okay to list them. And as you do, I invite you to not get caught up in them. Allow them to be, just notice them. Just notice and list out the things that bring that kind of anger and frustration to you. And perhaps simply in noticing, some of that anxiety will begin to reduce and mitigate and calm, and it won't feel quite so paralyzing or choking as this root of the definition describes.